Well, good evening. This will be the very first one of many video series that I will be recording. My journey towards making an online fitness business. That is definitely my passion. I'll mostly build it up, towards a good revenue that can allow me to have a family and sustain a family just by it. Well, right now I'm heading over to the mixed martial arts MMA classes. Those are on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So basically, today is supposed to be the quote-unquote sparring day. I'm not too sure about that, since the professor always changes up the day. So, in the end, it's whatever the sensei says. So, for me, it's a space that I utilize to free up my mind from all the daily work, all the daily, stresses, everything that fogs it up and, gets it pretty much stuck. So just by having this space, it's actually huge. I feel like, you gotta be, of course, present. Because if you're not present while you're training, you're gonna get knocked out. Even with some people. Because on the usual see, the good sparring is the one that you do, doing proper movements and training more your technique, your speed, not too much on the strength. But there's always some people that go hard at that. So yeah, you gotta be connected to the present, which is actually something that we're not so used to doing. Me, myself, and a lot of the people nowadays. But yeah, basically circling back over to where I was, I utilized this space to clear my mind, to think more clearly, and be able to have a peace of mind. Right now, I have clients in the business. It's definitely not growing as fast as I wish it could, but I very well know that I'm not deserving of that yet because of my input. My input has been severely lacking, and basically due to distractions, hell, even freaking video games sometimes, that I even feel like the need to play. And it's weird because right now, at this point of my life, 31 years old, should be the last of my priorities. And there's a part of me that does recognize that, because I understand that I should be doing something else. I have other stuff that I should be doing, which I'm not doing. And what happens is that I end up feeling guilt while playing the video game. So it's not like I'm fully, enjoying them. Whilst, for example, on yesterday I had a pretty productive day. I was very happy with how I performed yesterday, all the work done. I had a little gaming session. Played some League of Legends, ARAMs. At night, it actually felt like it was more enjoyable because of the fact that I had already done, the work that I needed to do. So basically that has kept me from getting the results I want. And by that I mean reaching to the amount of people that I wish I could. Because in the end, like, sure, you have people that are interested in your services, and you well damn know that you can help them, that you can change their lives. But it's also your job as a coach to let them see that. Let them see how with your service you will change them, their lives. In the end, there could be a lot of reasons why they don't, get in your program or whatever. But I feel like it's also your duty to understand the person. Put yourself in their own shoes and then let them see a clear way toward success. Of course, there's, different cases. Like some people straight up, cannot afford certain type of coaching services. That's also why, as of recently, actually a couple of weeks ago, I added another separate service from the one-on-one. I offer a direct, personalized one-on-one approach coaching. That's everyday follow-ups, all that stuff. So this other one that I opened is more of a monthly type of follow-up, which gives him the full thing, but doesn't really provide that the frequency in the follow-up. And I mean, it's quite important to note that this has also helped a lot of people over the years that I've worked with. So basically this, is another option. But yeah, in the end, what I mean, and circling back to it, was I love to go on tangents myself. I do that frequently, if you haven't already noticed. Is that it's basically, well, right now I believe it's a month and a half since I quit my job. I used to work on Amazon. I used to work on Amazon in the seller department for Amazon Brazil. So you could expect that I also speak some Portuguese, just a basic level. Nah, but honestly, I don't miss that at all. This is why I also wanted to do this, so I could have this time to dedicate myself to helping people. That has been something that I'm trying to find a balance on, because I quit because of someone that actually let me know, let me see that I was making a mistake. I was literally giving my life away. And he was quite right. For the amount I was getting paid, it wasn't worth it at all. So instead, I fully focused on this, but I haven't yet maybe processed all of this. And I gotta fully internalize that all this available time is not time for myself. It's time that I have to use to help others, to be there for others, and not for myself. It's not my playtime. It's not my fun time. It's others' times, basically. And yeah, I mean, sure, building an online business doesn't happen, night and day, unless you're super experienced, previously. You already know the full guide to do it. But yeah, it's been quite a journey. And right now I'm falling into this mistake that a lot of people constantly fall into, which is not living in the present, like not appreciating the process. And it's kind of funny because I read a lot of stuff about this, and I even preach it, but I don't apply it myself. And that happens a lot of the times with people that I work with as well. Like they're, hyper successful people that sure they know how to perform at work, sure they know, a lot of stuff about their career and their work subjects, but they're not able to transfer all those skills that have gotten them to that level into fitness. And it's basically learning the path in which they can utilize that same discipline, that same work ethic into another endeavor, one which will not only net them a monetary gain, but will net them in the end, a wellness, a health gain, which is basically what you get, when you work out and you're active, get into better shape, basically increasing your health markers and thus increasing your life expectancy. You're also battling possible diseases that can, quite frankly, end your life early. So it's a whole package. What this involves, teaching people on how they can change all of this to basically another subject. Like fitness is quite the thing. There's a lot of potholes over here, by the way, because it's the rainy season. So what happens is that since the roads in Costa Rica are built with cheap petrol byproducts, because of concessions and other stuff, with they call it, how do we call it here? Let me remember. Let me see if I recall. Basically, the company that refines, well, quote unquote, refines gas for Costa Rica. Because here in Costa Rica, they don't really refine shit. They don't refine shit. They just buy it already refined from the outer countries that have it, so sell it refined, and then they quote unquote refine it as per registry. That's a lot of stuff that you see with this companies, and then they charge as if they did that labor. A lot in the world runs this way, but what I believe in the end will always persist is love to help someone else, love to change lives. Like, sure, people who chase money, they get results, they get, material gains, but a lot of the times I see their lives and I see such empty shelves that I say to myself, like, man, sure, this guy's rocking this, rocking that, but would they actually want this life? And more often than not, I say to myself, like, for them, wealth is like normalized. So sure, I may see like having a supercar like something so exciting, but after a while, you get used to it and it's no longer filling. So they end up with a sad life. That's something that I definitely don't want to end with. So yeah, we've arrived, as you can see, over here